Huncho on the call, got a. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Chats and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. Go for the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game. Had to ice the game. So much ice. Too much. Had to ice the lane. Freeze the dust. Freeze. Had to freeze the lane. Freeze. Camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up. Guess I'm homegrown. Well known.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't. Doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice, I'm an ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on the. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. To do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Spread right, 72.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, spread left. Green 80, green is it.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing is Bortles. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down.
Here we go.
A first down carry down for Yeldon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Again, it's Yeldon. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
12. Check up.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck. Looking outside and he's got him in. It's Doyle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Luck on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On 1st down, it's Long. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Third and long. It's locked. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. The Jags offense coming onto the field, and boy, for a 2nd straight season, a #1 wide receiver goes down early in the schedule. Last year was Allen Robinson, who was lost in Week 1. This year, Marquise Lee, who didn't even make it to Week 1, goes down with the ACL Week 3 of the preseason.
And remember now, Allen Robinson's in Chicago. And remember Allen Hurns, who also had a great impact on that team for a while. He's in Dallas. So it puts a lot of pressure on guys like Keelan Cole, Dante Moncrief, D.D. Westbrook. But the guy I want you to keep an eye on, DJ Chark out of LSU, I think he'll be their big play threat.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Miles Jack coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Out to his left. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Flushed out right. Looking deep for Hilton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go, here we go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Working from the gun. It's Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now it's Locke. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
Done. Check out. 490.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dante Fowler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, here's Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And Bortles going to sneak it. And he will push forward and pick up the first down. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread right, spread right, spread right, spread right.
Now this time Bortles will throw. An incomplete, crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, spread left. Spread left.
On second down, here's Yeldon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Now Bortles. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Looking long for Westbrook. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And the Colts coming out now.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
12, 12, 12.
On first down, Love. Left side complete. It's Mack. And he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. final shot before half for Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And it's a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Madden. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. But with the incompletion there, gives us time to hit on the retirement, Charles, of Eric Decker. Of course, played for the Broncos, Jets, and Titans, was with the Patriots this preseason, but now he's going to step aside.
I think he had a fantastic career because look at it this way. Getting 1,000 yards in one season for a receiver, that's a career for most people. He did it 3 times. Best year in Denver in 2013.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
11.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan, How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Telvin Smith leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, here's Love. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
12.
Out of the gun, Luck. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Love. For the pass complete to Ryan Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll run with Mack. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Luck now to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, 69 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Luck. Flush to his right. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A.J. Boyer with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And unable to get downhill there, so take this up to about the 37. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside. and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.